What up, KC? It's Raw KC Podcast, where we are real ass women having real ass conversations. And I got a special guest today. What's your name, sir?
Rob Ruckus. How's it going, Kansas City? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. We got Rob Ruckus in the building, and we're here to chat. We're going to talk about his new album. We're going to talk about life, and we're going to talk about whatever Rocky you want to talk about.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so usually we started off by basically asking, are you single and mingling, or are you in a relationship?
I do have a lady, so I am in a relationship. That sounds weird as hell.
What?
I'm in a relationship, but no, I'm not single. Yep. Got a lady. Shout out to her.
And with you being in a relationship, like, how long have you been in a relationship?
5 years, about roughly, relationship wise concerning. You got them beginning stages, but officially about that
together.
Time. Yeah.
Okay, so are you married?
I'm not married. Hopefully that's the goal. Supposedly, that's everybody's end game.
Okay, that was my next question. I wanted to know if that was the goal.
We leave it in God's hands.
All right. So. Okay, we're going to leave it in God's hands. All right. So tell us, for those who don't know who you are, tell us about yourself. Like, who are you? What you do?
Rob Ruckus, a local aspiring artist. Humble enough to say aspiring because, we still putting in the work. Still grinding, still believing for sure. Very passionate about what I do. And, just putting in work, quality and quantity. Just trying to get to where we're trying to go. Long story short.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I think it's quality. I like your music.
Thank you.
I like it. I've been vibing out.
Thank you.
It's a vibe.
I appreciate you.
So if you guys haven't listened, tap in. He's everywhere, right? I listen on Spotify. That's my thing where I listen to all my music. So
we're streaming everywhere. YouTube it if you need to, but show that support, get them streams going crazy. Tap in if you haven't, and if you like what you hear, hopefully I make a new fan after this.
Okay. All right. Looking back, did you always want to be an artist, or what did you want to be when you were younger?
I didn't. As a kid, I didn't know what I wanted to be. We come from a different type of, like now there's a lot of influence, social media, internet. You can see a lot. You can really touch a lot. Mm-hmm. So as kids, just growing up in the trenches. Access. In them slums, you just seen what you seen. Of course, I never aspired to be a dope dealer or gangster or nothing crazy. But as a kid, I did start to dabble into music, and my big brother eventually seen that potential and kind of strong-armed me into it, but it eventually developed into a passion, and it's what I love. I do it really very passionately. So that's kind of how we got to where we are today.
Cool. I could tell you you do it with a passion. I like certain kind of music. I like storytelling. So you like a storyteller?
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank
it kind of remind me. I like Dom Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
I like sometimes my brother Tawee, he switch it up. He does his storytelling. I love when he does
hard,
that.
So I shout out to Tawee.
Shout out to my brother. I love when he do that storytelling stuff. It ain't nothing like that.
And I'm gonna keep it honest for a second. So my cousin B-Dub put me on Tawee. But when he first told me, I'm one of them people. If the name don't sound interesting to me, I can't. It was just like. I said, nah, cuz ain't got nothing. But I finally tapped in, and he's serious. No disrespect, how we keep it, but respectfully, when I finally tuned in, I said, yeah, cuz serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, wordplay is immaculate, man. Shout out to Tawee.
Shout out to my mama's son.
Oh, y'all blood.
I said that's my brother. Well, people just be saying that.
Okay, yeah. Everybody be brother and
sister. But no, so. That's like we came out the same womb.
Gotcha.
Real life.
Yeah. We gotta lock in on one too soon, G.
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be pretty nice.
Yeah.
So let's see. Do you think it's tough breaking into the music industry in Kansas City?
For sure. I try to keep things non-controversial, but I'm a truth teller. We can play that it ain't about popularity. I know too many people far more talented than the narratives they push. So let me say that. I'm kind of burnt out on gangster rap, hardcore rap, violent rap. I'm just burnt out on it. That's where we come from. That's what we listen to. And that, a part of that is in me in terms of people that I listen to coming up, the Sebos, the Brother Lynches, the Killer Tays, But as I got older, I started going, Jadakiss, Beanie Siegel, kind of helping me develop my wordplay, my storytelling, more creatively in terms of songwriting. But to go back to your question, man, I mean, absolutely. I made a post the other day that said y'all pick and choose who y'all say crying and who y'all say popping they shit. If it's not a favorable artist or somebody that's not in the loop, oh, stop crying, keep working. They've been working just as longer than y'all favorites. But it's when it's y'all favorites, it's, pop your shit, talk your shit. It's, go off. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be selective with who y'all pick and choose on who crying and who's, just going crazy or however y'all want to word it.
And that's definitely a Kansas City thing.
For sure.
Because the love different places is so different. The air, the clouds, just the people is different. If a lot more people think differently, we'll be more powerful.
If it was about, like, I understand we all trying to make $1, but if the cycle ain't broken yet, like that's why we stagnant. They not pushing the talent, They it's some incredible artists here that ain't influenced by the popularity, that ain't in them crowds, and I respectfully, I'm one of them, but it's some real talent that could really get on major platforms with records. I'm not talking about songs.
Yeah, good
I hear
stuff.
certain artists and I hear the same song over and over on their album. It's the same. I know what you're gonna give me every time. And there's some artists that every song is different. They got different oars, different pockets, different flows, different, it's just a variety. And
I think that's what a artist is.
Absolutely.
The variety. Because everybody's not an artist, let's be clear.
Absolutely.
Like, people just doing stuff, and then, you could kind of, it's a little easier to take something and run with it now.
Absolutely.
And that's okay, whatever. Like, no hate on those people, but there is a difference between.
It is, but where's our identity? Everybody's sampling, everybody's taking some type of, they remaking a beat, flipping a hook that, just to kind of get that notoriety. And, I don't want to do it that way. If, when, God called my name to, go to that next level, it's going to be straight off authenticity. You know what I'm saying? My own creative thought process, my own banger, So, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So, with your new album, no cursing in it.
No cursing. By the way, it's called Church for the Trenches. It's online everywhere. The feedback has been substantial. It's been, people telling me,
Post it real quick. There we go, y'all.
Appreciate it.
Y'all see him.
One of the driving forces that keep me going is every time I drop, I get that. I think this the best one. I think this the best one. So as long as I'm still getting better and I'm growing in my craft, I got to keep going. Somebody's listening. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's listening, and I do have an understanding that your gift ain't for you. So I get them DMs, I get them texts, I needed this one. Thanks for this. So saying that to say, to double back, to the album Church for the Trenches, I purposefully tried to write this with no profanity. I didn't say the word nigga. There was nothing derogatory in it at all. And I wanted to see how it would resonate, in the creating process. Is this corny? How they gonna feel about this? I know it ain't the cool thing to do, but when
Did you ever second guess yourself?
not necessarily second guess myself, but some of the records. Like a few of the records didn't make it, but I said, hey, this is what I created, so I'm gonna give it to them this way. And however the criticism come, I'm gonna take it, and it was received excellently. So
how did that make you feel?
Hey man, it be the as an artist as a grown man, when another grown man says, I needed that helped me through something. This is on repeat. You know what I'm saying? That just does a lot from anybody, but as a man, when another grown man pause, I don't want nobody to take that the wrong way. But for me, for an adult man to go out their way to stop and chat me and say, hey, and it's somebody I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like for you as an example, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is our first time meeting formally and in person, and you fuck with my music. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. You do it out loud. You made the post, all of that good stuff. That's what we be needing as creators. But I always try to pour back into my fellow artists. When I see them out or when they drop and I'm going to check, I'm supporting, I'm promoting, because it's a lot of dope artists here. It
really is. Kansas City has so much talent. It's been like that for years.
Yes.
I know when I was in school, just the people I was among that was so talented at high school age.
We've been doing it for a long time.
A lot of people, like, period. So it's just like I say, I just feel like it's a dark cloud. But I like, my thing is, if I just see something tight, I just like it. Nobody got to tell me I don't care if it's the cool thing or not the cool thing. I just share stuff or post it because I got a following. It's free.
We got to make music fun again. $0. $0 to support. Literally $0 to support, man. I was about to say, about music being fun again, not to interject, but like it used to just be so fun. Like we used to wake up, eat it, sleep it, shit it, then it became stressful trying to create. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm back to a point that it's fun. It's becoming fun again.
So what you saying that, do you feel like it was stressful because like now anybody that necessarily don't even have talent, it's just like, man, how the heck they get on? Is it discouraging? Is it?
No, I wouldn't say it's discouraged. Let me retract, because I want to be careful what I say. The first thing you say is say you a hater. I respect the grind. I respect the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Feed your family how you feed your family. But when it's become to a point where controversy or a gimmick or anything outside of the talent is the reason why, you know what I'm saying, then that's kind of damaging the integrity of the art. You know what I'm saying? It's people that really take time to create good albums, good pieces, good art, and based on who you are as a person, again, popularity or some street dealings or some controversy or some beef or some funk, as we call it here, it always supersedes.
Yeah. He won't say it, you guys. This is Rob KC. I'm going to say it. If your shit is trash, I'm not sharing your trash ass shit. And your friends or your mom or your favorite auntie should tell you it's trash and just to do something else, because God has a plan for all of us. It's not necessarily music. It's not necessarily this. Like, a lot of us we're multi-talented. Like, you don't have to do something because your friend is doing it and you want to be on and it's cool, or you're trying to run the numbers up or do what everybody else is doing and what's popular. Like, if you suck, you just suck. And quality is everything. I swear some of you guys' music sound like back in the day when my brother, Decipher, all of them used to be on the boom box and they're recording, freestyling that way and then playing it back. That's what some of you guys' music sound like. So you have to invest in your craft. If you're not investing in your craft, then nobody's going to take you serious because you're not taking yourself serious. And I don't do music. This is just my point of view. Right. This is Rob KC, and I said what I said. Okay?
Respectfully. But real quick, you know Decipher?
That's my cousin.
Come on, man. Shout out to Rich, man. Hey.
Shout out to Richard.
I went to school with Rich.
So did you go to
Westport?
Oh, that's where my brother went. I went to Westport for a little bit, but I had to get on out of there.
Look, you was trouble.
It was that place was trouble. I belonged at Paseo, where I graduated from.
Hey, respectfully, but it was when I was first like kind of really getting into that bag and getting comfortable with Rob Ruckus. I met a nigga named Decipher.
He's a storyteller.
That boy was cold. You know, shout out to that boy was cold. Like I was studying him at the lunch table. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's all I heard.
I said, hey, I gotta start going crazy because this nigga right here different, man. But again, just those stories, I gotta keep. It be things like that make the artist. You know what I'm saying? He was a part of helping me develop, and he probably don't even know this. Because I would watch him and he was impeccable. Freestyling. Yeah. This is what we used to do. Yeah. And I pulled from that. And as I was gradually, again, getting into that Rob Ruckus phase of my life, I was taken from that. And it helped me develop who I am as an artist at some point in time down the line early on in my music career. Okay. But shout out to Rich, man.
Yeah, shout out.
I didn't know you. Hey, cuz was crazy.
Hey, and he about to come back out, so I'm super excited. I was in the studio with them. Like, I'm super excited when he dropped. Like, I mean,
shout out to Gabe too, Legion of Legend.
Oh man, I ain't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, they was kind of like tag teaming, like they were both going crazy. I put my foot down.
Dang,
we here.
You're so right.
Yeah.
So, who's your favorite rapper or artist?
I don't really have a favorite rapper or artist no more. I can't really feel music like I once felt it. Music really doesn't touch my soul like it used to. It's like nothing I can cling to. It's like nothing that inspires me these days. Because I feel like even my favorites, like I would say like the Jada Kisses, everybody at some point, I just feel like hip hop has been sabotaged. You don't get the classic feel of albums no more. To me, this is just my own personal perspective, and that's what I try to create from a perspective in a space where people can feel it again.
So, do you feel like it's dead? Hip hop is dead? Is hip hop
I wouldn't say it was dead because people got their own perspectives and ideologies on what hip hop is. Like I was on a party bus last night, celebration for one of my partners, and it was a few young ladies on there, and they were going crazy to the music. Like me and the guys was looking at each other like, but they going crazy like play that, and it's you a bitch, you a. Can I cuss on it?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's. Hey, art is subjective or objective, whatever one it is, you get what I'm trying to say. So I ain't even gonna go further into that sentiment because I just never want to come across as a hater, bro. I just got a different perspective on music.
I understand. So basically you're saying like certain music's not resonating with you.
Not resonate. It don't make me feel like anything. I could tell you some albums that did it for me. Like of course we got Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation, Young Jeezy, Thug Motivation 101, every Pac album. Tech Nine Angelic was phenomenal. I think that's one of the best pieces of art ever created, and it comes from right here. You got the Outkast, you got the Roots. You just got bodies of work where the music felt good. You know what I'm saying? Lil' Kim is my GOAT female rapper. I've never heard a female album as good as The Naked Truth. That's the era that I come from.
Just listening to
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was times like I was watching her go through trial and everything she was going through, and when that album came out and it talked about everything I was watching her do, it just resonated with me, the younger version of me, a different way. That's kind of where I got into my comfortability of being able to talk about my life raw. You know what I'm saying? Uncut. It's like, this is my story. Who gonna tell my story better than I can?
Right.
But long story short to that is, man, it just don't make me feel nothing. Like there's no replay value unless I'm working out or I'm in a setting where it's a party setting, the music is cool, but just on some everyday life.
Yeah.
I can't think of a recent album that takes me that I can just go to right now.
So what genre of music like do you just listen to yourself?
Yeah, that's all. No, I'm just kidding. No, I listen to a little bit of everything, but as far as I don't go into it, I don't listen to it for it to make my soul feel like anything, because I just don't feel like music has soul no more. There's no substance.
It's just kind of
Everybody,
there. It's just playing kind of.
Listen to 10 songs right now. All them rappers gonna sound the same because they saying the same thing about the same thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's the same rapper, different body.
But do you think that that's what they're doing because that's how they're getting on? Like, that's what's getting noticed right now. That's what, like you said, you was just on the party bus and they requesting these songs, right? I know there was times, I request certain songs. I ain't even gonna cap. And it's not the best. But that might be what I want to hear. But right. I'm such a music person. I listen to so many different. I go off of my vibe of the day and the moment. It just kind of depends. Like,
and I don't want to be a hypocrite or anything like that. Like it's a time for everything. But the mass of what I hear is that right. It's the same. It's like I can hear that every time I'm listening to a rapper.
Beats almost sound the same.
Everything like. Outkast didn't sound like UGK. UGK didn't sound like 8Ball and MJG. Rockefeller didn't sound like Cash Money. So it's like everything is the same. It's identical. This production style. You go on YouTube now, Drake type beat. You know what I'm saying? That's how they title in their beats. Little Baby type beats because everybody want to feed off whatever their current hit is or a current sound. That's what we want to emulate. We're too fearful to come with originality.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like originality. I like all the original people. Mm-hmm. It's a vibe. I support it. I think it's cool now that y'all could get that money. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
we could support by listening to it on our phones and streaming and things like that. Instead of, back in the day, people was bootlegging. Y'all had to sell y'all own CDs. I done seen my brother do it. I done seen people
out the
do
trunk
it
at the gas station. Streaming is cool for the right now visibility, the access to it right now, but it's hurting the artists. We were selling disc out the trunk $10-12 a piece. And how many streams you even got to get to make $1?
To get that.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right.
It's like, it's hurting the artist. Yeah, the visibility to get it right to the consumer right now is dope, but we ain't getting pennies. But as far
as it should be, it was better.
We are getting pennies. Then. We spending thousands to put a project together, run promo, do a video, then we uploading it to the streaming site and we got to do 1 million streams to get $5 or something. I'm just paraphrasing, but you get the point.
I get it. So do you think that is better? Do you think it'll be a good thing to leave Kansas City to be successful or
I've left. I've known other artists that have left. It's a Rob Ruckus, it's a Rocky, it's a Casey Young Boss, it's a Taweed, it's a Key the Heater, and everywhere you go, so it's everywhere. They're dope, talented artists trying to break in their own home and can't. Right. So a complete stranger that if to go, because that's what I've heard that all. You got to leave, you got to move, you got to leave, you got to move, and go where and do what?
So where did you go?
I went to Texas.
Okay.
I got peers that went to Atlanta, L.A., St. Louis, Our stories are all similar in terms of when you get to these places, it's a million views. You know what I'm saying? It's a million views. And it's just unfortunate, man. It's like everybody can rap now. Everybody can rap now.
I think everybody thinks they can rap now.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. Even though you don't want to say it, I don't care about you fans. I don't have any fans there. I don't do music. I don't care.
What was that Ice Spice song? Was it called Fart or something? Ridiculous.
I don't listen to Ice Spice, so
but I'm just saying people become iconic and go and Again, I be
now
trying
you're
to.
gonna make me listen to the damn song because I never
It's
heard of
crazy.
it.
It's crazy.
So where do you get your music inspiration from? I know you told me the story about like back in the day from like school days, you know, how y'all used to be sitting at the table. What was y'all, back then y'all had the pencils and stuff?
I'm a product of many environments, man. And what I mean by that is, my brother was an MC, my sister an MC too.
Okay.
But, it kind of trickled down,
Are you the baby?
Yes, I am. You got the school days, the freestyles with the pencil and the paper. Then my cousin got a keyboard. Then Fruity Loops came along. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's too funny.
Then you got the freestyles in the neighborhood. Then we at the house parties. Then we down at the plaza. I done been in many studios. I done been around. It's just do
you feel like people have that drive like back in the day? Like, all I see is a lot of, I'm speaking, I'm raw, you guys, and I say what I want. I see it, and I just see a lot of people doing a lot of complaining. Like, what is that going to do? Like, you complain about, it makes on outside looking in. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you crying about?
Like, I get it. I see both sides of the spectrum as a creator and as an observer. Crying ain't gonna change nothing. But you can get furious and upset as an artist that's creating. Because again, you working, you putting out quality. I guess
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? And then they saying, keep working. But then you've worked longer and harder than those who are seemingly surpassing you. Again, I've seen the favoritism right before my eyes. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sometimes
seen it.
It is who you know.
Check this out. So last year, shout out to Don Juan. Don Juan threw me a oop. I ended up on Sway in the Morning. Sway in the Morning got a show called Get in the Game. That's where they take you play 2 songs. They interview you and you play 2 songs, and they let 5 random people call in on both songs from around the world to let you know how they feel about your music. So I'm interviewing, doing the process. Sway himself like, oh man, he ready. Like my interview, like I was sharp. You know what I'm saying? Representing well for the hometown. So we're going to start there, just to say he's ready. You know what I'm saying? Just off the interview process. We get into the music. I play 2 joints. I play Outside and I play When Is Tomorrow Coming. Shout out to Aaron Alexander. They calling in. Put him in the game. He dope. That's what we need. A lady called. She on her way to daycare. I'm taking my daughter to daycare and this man got me in my feelings. Like, that's the shit I need, right? You know what I'm saying? I come back home. I bring it back home by making a post. I go into my experience with it and basically tell them how I represented the town very well. 10 people called in and I won unanimously. I had When Is Tomorrow Coming spinning on the radio through Sway for however long he spun it. You know what I'm saying? The point that I'm making is I come back home, I make the post, you get certain eyes, likes, they commenting.
They was probably hating.
No local DJ said, what records did you spin? What records was the world fucking with? You know what I'm saying? What records did them 10 people from across the world that don't know who you are,
right, was messing with?
You know what I'm saying? What did you send them? Let's capitalize. This is what putting on is. This ain't entitlement. I'm just saying, ideally, if you this is what, when you bring a victory like that home, on a worldwide platform, not 7 out of 10 people, 10 out of 10 people say, yeah, he liked that. You know what I'm saying? I brought it home and nobody said, send me those records. How can we get behind him and further push the narrative? Because this is what the world said about our Rob Ruckus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, because he's from our town.
And I dropped the album right after. You know what I'm saying? I performed at the award show like a month later. My videos was doing well. Tech 9 slid in the inbox. Hey, boy, I'm mad I didn't see this message. You a killer on the mic. We working. You know what I'm saying? This is from Tech himself. I didn't make a post. I didn't cloud chase it. I didn't go post it saying he sent none of that. Because I thought,
screenshot like everybody.
You know what I mean? I thought that bringing that victory home from Sway, the people who are who they are, send me those records. Send me those joints. How can we keep that fuel? so it fizzled.
Yeah, like
You know
like,
what I'm
how
saying?
can I help you type of deal.
You know, so like I said on my new joint on the new album, Hometown Hero, I could have been a hometown savior, but didn't beg for favor, and I will not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a different way for me. I'm not doing nothing extra. You know what I'm saying? I don't come with no nonsense. I'm just venting right now. No violence. My name good. I'm good in everywhere I go. This ain't even on no weird, tough nothing. You know, I am from where I say I'm from. I ain't took nothing from nobody, did nothing. Ain't nobody did nothing to me. I'm good, healthy hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I had 2 showings at the Juke for my artist showcase, packed it out, Mark's my barber, shout out to Mark, could tell you. You know what I'm saying? Brought in good energy, packed out their venue. The cook came from the back, put a $20 bill in my hand and said, you was the best act we've ever had down here.
And it's a lot
This
of
is the Kansas City Juke. This is a monumental place. He stopped cooking, put money in my hand, tipped me and said, you were the best artist we've ever had down here. God can strike me if I'm lying. So these be the sentiments that I have when I be having my frustration. When I know I'm doing everything that I can do. And people will tell me when they see me, but they won't say it out loud. You know what I'm saying? They won't go to their platforms and say, Rob is that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, however you feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that to say is that I'm putting in the work. It's other artists too. It's not just me. They got quality.
That's getting looked over.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all just scared to push a different narrative because I ain't shoot 'em up bang bang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't in the middle of no controversy. Again, this is just my perspective. Prove me wrong or tell me something different, but this is a real life experience. I brought something from a worldwide platform and nobody in my city said, what did you give them?
That's crazy.
But you
That's
know,
crazy.
it is what it is.
I would have definitely...
Again, shout out to Don Juan.
Yeah, shout out to Don Juan for throwing that to you, man.
And I told Don Juan, because Don Juan used to say a lot. And I used to just feel like Don Juan just was a talking, and I told him that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, man, you
what he said he was gonna do, he did, and I got the call the next day. 2 days later. But it happened. You know what I'm saying? They said we reached out to you because of Don Juan. You know what I'm saying? So Don Juan got, as far as I know, he got some pull. It happened just like that, and it could have been a beautiful moment. But nobody cared.
Yeah.
Because I'm not one of their favorites. I'm not in their alliances. I'm not in their groups. You know what I'm saying? When you see me, when I'm popping up to functions, I'm by myself. I'm comfortable because I don't have no problems. That should be what y'all want to bring to these functions and establishments.
Yeah, not
safe,
people that's
hip hop, neutral energy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
we still
I agree.
rocking. And I know that was long winded, but I'm gonna keep it a buck every time.
Say that shit.
We don't fear nothing, but we respect everything, and I'm always say how I feel.
But a lot of people, you're not the only person that done sat here with me personally, and felt like that. Yeah, I have sat down with some shoot 'em up, bang bang people,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
And no,
that's your story.
I know you're not saying yes because that's their story. They're telling whatever your story is. It's okay to tell your story. To me, it's how you deliver, and that's what I say. I always separate
the art, the creativity.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Look how Ron used to tell his story. You know what I'm saying? Look how Kiwi would tell his story.
This is storytellers.
You know what I'm saying? It was the unique way, and I always compare like Young Jeezy, the T.I.'s, when the way they cultivated and told their story, but with good music.
Yeah, Nipsey.
You know what I'm saying? Look, but yeah, the marathon continues.
Yes. So, when it comes to legacy, what do you hope to leave behind as a legacy?
That's a good question. Never really thought about that. But if I could just give a short version, I want to leave a mark, man. I don't want to lie. I want to be remembered for being a great, outstanding artist. I want to change lives. I want to touch people. I want that Michael Jackson and Tupac effect, but before I die. But, when I do die, my music, my catalog, my art, everything I was able to give, again, transcends through generations. That's why I always try to make my music safe. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say is what I want my legacy to be. I want to be talked about. Not me. I want my music and my art to be talked about for generations to come. I want it to transcend.
Right.
I
love that.
Absolutely.
And that's what separates the real music from the other music, because even though there might be people that's hot, right? But they might have a hot 3 songs. That's it. They whole life they running out them
It's
3
the difference
songs,
between
right?
a song and a record.
But something the music, just like you stated, like Brother Lynch and stuff like that, like my dad used to listen to that. I started listening to that, right? My teenager knows about Brother Lynch, Messy Marv. I was listening to Messy Marv and different stuff like that. So she knows this is stuff that's going from generation to generation.
Hey, Rich the Factor, probably my top 3 all-time favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
I love being in the club, and when that same Rich song come on and seeing my Kansas City people do their thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when we go to the different states and take over, or when the Kansas City DJ is anywhere out of town and they play that song, baby, you know who is from Kansas City.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely correct.
And it has been a long time. Like, I don't even know how old that song is. Like, man, I had a lot of lives throughout this. It's been playing. Straight up. Playing a lot. So, we got a video. You want to introduce your video that we're going to play?
Absolutely. This video I'm about to play here is called Real Power, featuring Aaron Alexander. My fault, G. Real Power featuring Aaron Alexander. It's one of my personal favorites out my catalog. Yeah, and I just think it's one of them. Let's see what we got.
Check it out.
Yeah. Every time that I try to play one of these niggas' songs, I just can't feel that shit. And I got a feeling if I made 100 million, still I wouldn't feel that rich. How do I got the most talent, but got the most challenges sitting in front of me? Honestly, all of these skeletons sitting inside of my closet been keeping me company. They real loyal. Spilled milk still spoil. So I never cried about it, talked to God about it, then forgot about it. Don't dwell on it. Probably take a weapon with me into heaven, case they try to raise hell on it. I come from a city where we don't got beaches, but crime scenes still got shells on it. Every time that I try to play one of these niggas' songs, it hurt my heart more. I know that they need me to fix it, so let me get up and go visit the parts store. Might need a couple of hammers and nails, never know when you might have to drill something. And even when your cup is running over, hope you never have to come and spill something. The paper ready, then I'm labor ready. The check good, then I'm checked in. They put checker pieces on the chessboard. So what would I wanna connect for? The world is in trouble, I'm sorry, the operation is about to be life changing. Willing to fortune, we talking about money, we speaking the right language. I've been on hush mode, I don't give a fuck mode. I could have folded, but I chose to take the front seat and watch it all unfold. They know what I do to these beats. I walk in the kitchen, I fix me a plate, then sit down at the table, tell God that I'm grateful, then what I do next I eat. Till I get full from it. Never leave without a full stomach. Remember when I took a full plummet? Head first with no parachute, but I still landed on 2 feet. Might as well get on bunk beds, since everybody act too sleep. Real heavy on it if you didn't bring a dish with you, don't sit here. These past 12 months brought a lot of clarity, so I know this year, it gotta be magical. And I gotta be tactical when I do move, cause if I do snooze, then it just might be tragical. It's a fact that I'm factual. Some of us want gold medals, some of us want rose petals. Some of us just want a peace of mind, the kind that'll help your soul settle. A shootout at the mall the other week that say a pregnant lady got hit fatal. I don't know if it's the dysfunction, we disconnected or we disabled. I'm just rambling, but I'm still gambling, hoping to win me a hand. Maybe the jackpot Call of Duty make him think he a black op. We living in modern warfare. It really ain't safe outside, but even inside of us still it's a war there. They only gon' give us our poor share. I needed me much more. Sharp as a new pair of knives, but still is some shit that I never been cut for. Moral of the story is I've been a lot of places, seen a lot of faces, made a few soul ties. Over all these years I've shed a few tears and made a few souls cry. That's real power.
Hey, cuz was doing the Rocky at the end.
Showing out there.
Hey, that
And
was
shout out
dope.
to Aaron Alexander, man, an incredible vocalist.
Yeah, shout out to both of y'all. That was amazing.
Thank you.
That is art. Okay, you guys, if you wanted to know and needed an example, there it is. Okay. I'm not saying it. I just met this man today in person. Okay. I just like his music and he is that. And I see the vision. God gave me a gift. So everybody that be on here, I already see the vision beyond like everything. Like it's a vision. Like
Thank you.
I see it. So shout out to you.
Thank you. Shout out to us, man. Shout out to Kansas City.
Yeah, shout out to Kansas City.
Sure.
So talented. I think everybody, whatever your craft is, no matter who believes in you, it's going to be people that don't believe in you. And that's okay. Like, they're talking about you and that helps too. Like, anything helps. Just keep going. It don't matter what I say, what he say, what nobody say. It's your drive and your gift and what you put in it that's what's gonna get you.
Stop letting people put an age on your gift, on your passion. You know, that's another thing. You know, stop telling people when what you do should expire. Keep going.
Seriously.
Keep going.
That's good advice. I was just thinking about I had so many things I want to do by 35. I'm over 35, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do all those things, and I'm like, well, dang, you know. But now that I'm at that age, it's like that ain't really that old.
It's not.
We're not that old.
It's
like
not.
we're just now really able to live life because, like you said, we're a product of our environments, right?
Yes, we are.
So we have to go through these spiritual warfares and go through life and learn these lessons and learn who we are as people. Which, you know, I'm team mental health therapy helped me learn why I am like I am a lot towards people. So it helps me be a better person because it helps me just be better to other people because now I think about why people are like they are. Everybody's like they are for a reason.
Music is what feelings sound like, you know.
Music is my thing.
And shout out and rest in peace to the legend Two Gun Kiwi. We one of my last projects, he blessed me with a 16, and we had a conversation, and during that conversation, you know, we was talking about age and growing, and specifically around hip hop. You know, you turn 28 years old and they say stop rapping, go get your CDLs. And he kind of put something in perspective for me. You know, he was like, man, hip hop is only 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop ain't even old. You know, so how can people be too old to do something that's still new? You know what I'm saying? And that changed my perspective. Yeah.
Good way to put it.
That changed my perspective, man. And again, rest in peace. Shout out to, you know, to Kevion. But I took that and I think about that often, you know, and I never looked at it from that perspective. Hip hop is young. You know, we'll see a new jazz or a new country artist, 75 years old, but they're the new artist in that genre, you know, that we've never heard of. But now they got a number one because these genres of music has existed for longer periods of time. Hip hop is young. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z is older than hip hop.
I feel like whatever it is, if you got it, you got it. There's no age gap on anything.
Keep
like, I was laughing because I was talking to my friend back in the day. I used to be an entertainer. And I used to look at the people in their 30s like, why the hell is they all that still, you know what I'm saying? And now that I'm damn near 40 and I'm looking at myself like, well, not that I'm going to go entertain. I'm way beyond my mind and somewhere and I'm doing something else. Like my journey is something. But if I had to, I still can. And I don't have to say that I'm 38, okay? Right. Like, dang, like they wasn't that old after all. They deserve to still get that money.
Look at this. It's like when it's surrounding, I guess I want to say hip hop, like you'd be driving through a hick town. You go through an old bar or something. You see old people in their 67 enjoying karaoke.
Having a good time.
But when it comes to hip hop, at 30, you should stop going to the club. We really just going to vibe with our folks, listen to music, eat some chicken wings, have a drink. Why is that a negative stigma on us about that? But you could go to a jazz, you know what I'm saying? It's just hip hop has this negative.
I think that sometimes hip hop brings negative energy along with it. Like you said, some of us folks are really out here living what we're rapping about, you know, not necessarily that's how you guys are getting indicted and everything, not highly recommended, but each his own. So sometimes hip hop brings that crowd.
True. And
people kind of, that would maybe for me, I know that I thought about opening a club here. I didn't because it was so big of a risk because of how we act. But I wanted to do it here where my vision deserves to be in my town. Absolutely. Like it's something that nobody, but I would hate to work so hard and get it taken away because people don't know how to act.
Because the thing is, tell the story, but don't promote the lifestyle. Like tell your story, but don't promote the violence. Don't promote it. But talk about your experience. This is again my perspective. No disrespect to nobody. Tell the story, but just don't promote it. Yeah. You know, demon culture is canceled on my behalf. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't. Nah. Okay. Everybody screaming they demons, but I'm yelling I'm godly, and that's how I'm sticking.
I like godly. I like them. I sometimes I like a little demon time, but you know, I love the Lord. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, let's have some fun. We play games here. We go play a game. We got a new game, y'all. It's called Let's Get Raw. Y'all know I be thinking in the middle of the night and I be making up stuff. So this is Let's Get Raw. You're gonna be my first person to play it.
So I'm the guinea pig.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
Basically, it's just up close and personal questions that maybe you haven't thought about yet.
Okay.
And so we're just getting raw and getting to know each other. If you want me to answer it, I'll answer it also. Okay?
Say less.
So, what is something on your bucket list?
Hey, believe it or not, I'm petrified of flying.
Really?
I dream about plane crashes, helicopters flying. Like I am petrified. So my bucket list is definitely to get on the airplane. Hopefully this year. Man, I pray about it.
Oh my God! Do your woman fly?
Yeah, she do.
So you want to drive oh God, this reminds me of
her first flight was to see me when I lived out of state. So I really do be feeling bad, but it's a fear, you know.
So she fought her fear to come see you.
And it's like nothing to her now to just get on.
But look, she got her man though. You know what I'm saying? So it was worth the flight, huh? Shout out to Babe.
Shout out to you, baby.
Okay, so I hope you get on the flight. You should. I do too. I had the same fear, right? I have the gift of sight and I see a lot of things before it happen. There's two things I'm not even going to say out loud of how I see myself going, right? Those were one. So it took me for years. I'm like, fuck it. If I can't drive there, I'm cool. Like, I just don't need to be there. Like,
how was
I don't
your
need
first
to
experience? I always ask people that.
My first experience, I was just so nervous, but it was okay. My friend, he was like, man, we not driving there. We getting to Vegas. We got to turn I'm booking this flight. You going? So I went. But every time, I swear, whoever's behind me probably think I'm crazy when I get on the plane. Do you know I pray over everybody in the plane before I get on there? Before I walk on the plane, I literally do a prayer and I do a cross before I put my body on there. I know whoever's behind me probably like, what is she doing? I don't care. I don't care where, when, how long my night was when I'm coming back. I do it every time and I've been okay. Thank you, God. But it took me, my anxiety is so bad. My fear is I think I'm going to take a cruise for my birthday because I'm scared of bodies of water.
Okay. So I can do water. I love to swim. It might change if I ever get on a big cruise ship. I don't know. But I'm not fearful of water. But I am fearful and I'm claustrophobic. So just getting into that.
And I still never used the bathroom on a plane or nothing because that's too small for me.
Nobody I know that flies said they used the restroom. So.
Like, I'm cool. Yeah. I can hold it. I ain't never took a flight down 13, 14. I ain't got it like that yet.
You ain't never got the BGs on the plane?
No.
Oh.
Like, no. No. And I don't do that, like, just in public. I just You gotta know what to eat, what to do, when to do it.
All
you
of
know,
that.
especially as you get older, your stomach's not the same. I don't
Right.
care how young you think you look.
Right.
Your body and the inside is falling apart. We gotta take care of our body.
Not falling apart. That's insane.
Okay, so after a long day, what is your go-to?
Shout out to the gang, man. Y'all ready to play some Call of Duty? That's what we do, man. We call it therapy. You know, after a long day, I just
Okay.
look forward to coming home. You know, I do work, you know, gotta make an honest living. Long, stressful day, we just want to come home, relax, put our feet up, you know, love on our significant others or whatever the case may be, and get on the game, man. Call of
You
Duty.
be talking to people on there?
Yeah, you
My
know,
daddy be talking to
with
people.
them headphones out, start going crazy, take my frustration out on the game. Shit, that's what we do.
Is that all you
When I'm
take
not
your
creating
frustration
music
out on?
Yeah, I mean, musically, you know, whenever I'm in feature or album mode, you know, we get to putting pen to paper. I'm still old school with it. I don't write in my phone. I still use pen and paper. It's just a different
That's
feeling
what
that.
people talk about me because I literally live on a schedule, but they be like, you got all these phones and you don't have your schedule. No, I have an actual book, a journal, a hard
okay.
copy. Like I had to have it. I see it,
Mhm.
and it just I don't know. It's something about it. So I definitely
There's something about this right here that just is different from that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think my brother do that too, but I think he get that from jail. I ain't gonna say. I think that's just jail shit.
Right.
But what is your most valuable lesson?
Let people. Our story is our story. So our journey is our journey. So what I'm saying to that is, so both my parents are deceased. You know, lost my mom pretty young, but my dad, I just felt like I felt like he was a selfish person. You know what I'm saying? So moments that we needed pops to be pops, it just never happened.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the last conversations I had with my pops was, "Don't call me again." You know what I'm saying? I was just fed up with whatever we was dealing with at the time. But I still reach out to my sister, you know, have you talked to daddy? Have you talked to daddy? You know.
Just kind of check on him
You
through
know,
the grapevine.
I end up hitting him up a few times. He didn't answer the phone, so he must have been like, you know, stood on business apparently. You know what I'm saying? And that was the last conversation we had. His birthday came, and I know I'm gonna hear from him on his birthday. Didn't hear from him on his birthday, and he was found, you know, deceased in a hotel room that he was staying in. So, long story short to that, not to make it a somber moment or nothing, but that was probably my most valuable lesson. You know, you know, he told me he was gonna die doing what he wanted to do. You know, he was an alcoholic, and you just gotta love people where they are.
Was that the lesson? To
Yeah.
love people where they are?
Yeah. So, it's your life. This is your experience. You know, no matter who it is, children, a husband, you got to live your life. You got it
Right.
one time. Live it according to how you want to live it. And us on the outside, we got to love you wherever you're going.
Facts.
You know,
I had to learn that.
You don't wanna
Sometimes
have-
we want to, we see something in somebody, right?
Mhm.
Like it's like my vision though for you.
Right.
For example, like say my ex or something. Like I see this, like I know it could be this, it could be this, but no, girl, it's not. Knock knock, dummy. You know what I'm saying? It's not gone, but I'm not a dumb door, so y'all know I do a 90-day trial and I get the hell on out of there.
You hear me?
I'm not one of those ones to stick around. I tried, I did all the right things and I still got screwed in the end. So fuck it, YOLO. I'm gonna do what I want, and either way, I'm happy.
As you should.
That's just the way I see it.
Yeah, my therapist ended up asking me, she was like, basically, do you know the difference between happiness and joy? And I really didn't understand where she was going with it, but it makes perfect sense. You know, happiness is for the moment, joy is long term. You know what I'm saying? So every day I'm working on experiencing joy. You know, I want to feel it in the long term every day as much as I can, not just in spurts.
Right.
You know, whoever that message was for, you know.
Okay. So, what do you, let's see. I want to ask you about gender roles. What do you think about gender roles?
What you mean?
Since you, since you're in a relationship as a leader,
I mean, it's just
as the man, do you do you feel like you should or shouldn't do, or is it equal? Like, do you pick up, or what do you feel like a woman should only do this, like back in the day?
Nah, not necessarily
or be
that.
a cat woman and you just work. Like, how do you like it?
To me, it's about balance. You know what I'm saying? And it's about what works for everyone. Me, if we earning similar incomes, I'm not spending all my money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not that guy. I'm not him. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what, to me, if you're in a partnership, right? Mm-hmm. That only makes sense, what you just said. Like, if we make the same amount of money, why would I be like, you pay all the bills?
Why?
When we got the same, we're not going to win that way.
And people go into these partnerships with preconceived notions, with these conditions, with the ideology that they're going to come up or have a better life in these spaces, and that's what the music is talking about. That's what the female rappers is on. This is the narrative. That's what the machine is pushing. But anyway, my perspective of it is, man, you do what works for you. Straight up. Who it might be a time I can't come through. It might be a time you can't come through, but it got to get done. And it's just about being fair. I've had these conversations with men, women over time. Everybody, you will get a different response. Whether, I'm paying for the movie and he paying for the snacks, or, he's paying the rent or the mortgage and I'm paying all
matters. I don't know. I'm like I love, well, I'm not going to say I love because everybody knows I'm cool. I like love, but it's not all that. It's like at the bottom. I need like loyalty, respect. There's other things that I need. I need a partner.
Absolutely. Companionship.
It's so much that I require, or I could do it alone because the mission continues no matter what. And I have masculinity in my chart. I'm a Sagittarius. So I need a real man.
But what's a real man? See, that's another thing.
I need a more masculine, somebody that's going to be able to handle a person like me. I'm not there's some women, men know exactly what kind of woman they have, or even the ones that have multiple women, they know what kind of woman they could do what with. I'm the one that you can't do that bullshit with. That ain't gonna be like,
you ain't going for it.
Not at all. Get somebody else to do it. And that's okay. I'm the one that's gonna be like, that's okay. I'm not going to run after you. I'm not going to, I might let you know, but I'm not that. And because of that, I may have let a couple things
slide.
Yeah, or get past me, but it just wasn't my time. Maybe that just wasn't my person, but I'm not chasing nothing. But apparently, our grandparents and shit used to stick shit out and all that, but I ain't having it. Just come see me on your good day.
And that was in a day and age too where women wasn't working, couldn't get jobs, or they could, they was making pennies, so they depended on the man.
Yes, sir. BITCHs is what I call you guys. And that's because you have to, because you're depending on the man, right? But I could talk about that for a long time. What about what's your order of household? Like God, man,
yeah, for sure. So God first and foremost. I'm not religious by far, in no way, shape, or form, but I am spiritual. I do believe in God. I do believe in a higher power, and it's just about, I think it's about relationship, so that's where I'll leave that. You know what I'm saying? I am spiritually, but back in the years ago, I probably would have said God, the woman, then me, type energy. But I read something some years back, and it made perfect sense. And I'm probably gonna misquote it a little bit, but it was to the sentiment of the man should always eat first. If the man is the hunter and the provider, if the man doesn't eat, how can he go? How can he? Exactly. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if the children eat, then the woman eat, and then there's nothing left for the man, or he's not properly nourished to go to battle again, bring home another meal. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to say, God, the man, and then everything else falls under.
So tell me this, me and my ex, we were having a conversation He's a military man.
Okay.
And we were talking about how, how everybody talks, what side the woman walks on, and who's in front, who's in the back.
Right.
So he asked me the question about who do you think should be in the front or the back. My thing is, the man is going to lead. I want my man in the front depending on the situation because he's going to lead you through.
Yeah.
He gonna move it. He's the power.
Absolutely.
But sometimes in the situation he may have to get behind you.
Yeah, so it's circumstantial, as you said, basically. Depending on your environment. Like you said, you got that hand, you leading through. We connected right here at the hand. I'm navigating through whatever we navigating through. Depending on another scenario, I'm behind you, watching everything.
Right.
So if something happens, it hits me first type stuff. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, other people see that from other perspectives, too. Like the whole, when we walk in, the man should be wherever traffic or something is coming from. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that.
Which I believe, I understand that part. I'm automatically on the other side.
I've seen perspectives of, again, it's like that if the man can't eat to go get more food, what happens to the man to keep supplying to the village if he is hit by the car, per se? You know what I'm saying? Speaking figuratively. And I've heard people say, well, why is her life more valuable or important than mine? Again, it's just different.
I think it's teamwork, and it just depends on, like you said, it's per household. Like what works for your household might not work for mine.
Absolutely.
But it's important to have these conversations so nobody wastes nobody time, and we know that we're moving towards the same mission, the same ultimate goal, and that we're working together. Like, if we're not each other's balance, then there's just no point.
And these things got to be figured out before you go into...
In the beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we're definitely at the age where there is an age gap where you quit playing. I know he said you ain't no age gap on rapping and shit. There's an age gap where you quit fucking playing around.
Yeah,
like, people should know what they want by a certain time. People done had the whole phase. They done did all type of stuff. We know, like, for sure, my first date, I go on a couple dates. I know exactly what I want. Mm-hmm. So if what I'm saying down the line, I'm okay. I'm okay if you don't ever talk to me again.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes. And I probably won't ever talk to you again if you're not on what I'm on because I don't have time to waste. Like, I've been putting a kid through college. Like, it's so much. Thank you. It's so much going on. Like, if you're not on what I'm on, then there's no go mess with one of them little girls. Because that's what y'all be doing. Now I understand why the 30-some-year-old men were messing with me when I was in my 20s because I didn't require what I require as a woman today.
Absolutely.
I was easy lick. That's what I was. I can say it now. And no, none of y'all told me. Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong for letting me be out here back in the day doing the stuff I was doing. Living the Mac Dre life. Y'all wrong for that.
So
but it's okay.
Dancing.
I was...
They had her out here.
It wasn't the Rocky. I was definitely doing the this dance and the money dance with your man.
You hear me?
Okay, let's play this and that real quick. Okay, savory or sweet?
Sweet.
Cold or hot?
Hot.
Thick or skinny?
Thick.
Front or back?
Depends.
I try to catch every man up with that one. Depends. You did good with the answer. Like, you paused, you had to think about it. It's whatever you was thinking, by the way. Okay, book or TV?
I should be saying book, but I'm a TV. If I'm gonna be,
what kind of what you like to watch?
I like good thrillers. I'm really big on horror, but I like thrillers. Good comedy, action.
What's your sign?
A Leo.
A Leo?
Mm-hmm.
Fire.
You hear me?
I know about fire. Okay, so what's your biggest blessing?
Life. Not to be cliche, but I'm really one of them people that I'm grateful when I wake up. When my eyes open, I'm really grateful.
Really?
To be able to physically move and get up.
Absolutely.
Depending on me and nobody else, just to be, so life is my biggest blessing.
Yeah.
It get hard, everybody got a story, you know what I mean? But it is I couldn't imagine not experiencing life, like not ever being born.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm fearful of death because I don't know what it, I don't know what's on the other side of that. And I don't want to see it anytime soon.
I don't either. I'm fearful of leaving this earth before I create generational wealth for my children.
That too.
I feel like I know I'm just gonna die and come back and just live a different life or something. So I just hope I want to be a dude when I come back because I got some things to do.
I do hope reincarnation is real, and I guess I'm a conspiracy theorist. Like, I like to tap into deeper things. Like, we got all these planets and galaxies that you're trying to tell me nothing is there, nothing exists on them. You know what I'm saying? And we can go on and on about that, but I just don't think that the answer is in any religion. Like, it's not everything about life cannot be in a book.
Yeah, you right about
especially
that.
not a book that our slave owners gave us. You know what I'm saying? So you get what I'm saying.
Okay, you guys. We got for our events. Y'all know we do an event segment on here because that's what we do on here. So we got Adult Field Day coming up. You know what I am? Team Stash House KD, because Stash House KD been hitting you with the back to back to back party.
Luau Lake Party, Adult Field Day at the Longview Lake Shelter number 2.
You heard the man. Shelter number 2. We
beat
outside.
Us there. Don't meet us there. Beat us there.
Please beat us there. Don't meet me. You may not see me. Not just playing. I'm outside. We recording. We live, baby. Make sure you come talk to me. I need everybody to come outside. Do the Rocky. I'm outside. Y'all know I don't be outside that much, and it's gonna be a little hot, so I'll probably be out there a little couple hours. I'm gonna have my water, and Auntie got the chair in the trunk already with her cooler, because that's what we do after 30 and up. I'm like, I wonder why. Everybody used to have everything in their trunk. That's me. You can't tell me nothing. I'm always ready. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And guess what? Stash House KD is ready for the party. So make sure y'all pull up and see me June 22nd. That is what is next season? Cancer.
Oh.
Cancer season. Because that's 3 days before my brother's birthday. So right now, though, it's Gemini season. Shout out to the Geminis. My mama birthday just passed.
Shout out to Mama Rocky. Happy birthday.
Yeah, shout out to Mama Rocky. She's still looking good. Y'all check out her picture and tell her happy birthday. My son, he turned 8 in a couple days. He out of town with his dad. So,
happy birthday.
Kids give their daddy to act like they don't know their mama. So, we'll shout him out on his birthday Wednesday. I just can't believe it. I just don't know what I was thinking about. My kids are 10 years apart. Highly not recommended, you guys. I just watched my oldest walk across the stage and preparing herself for college. And then I have this 7-year-old that's about to be 8. So that's my life right now, and that's what we're doing. But guess what, you guys? Don't forget, we're moving all the way over to YouTube. I need y'all to subscribe to our channel. That's where we're going to be at from here on out. We're not going live on Facebook no more. We're over here. We're on YouTube side.
Team YouTube.
Yeah, we're TikToking, we're Instagram, we're doing all the things that your little cousin and them are doing. So make sure you follow us and subscribe everywhere. Everywhere, please. You see me and Tori, we outside. Y'all only been seeing me because Tori on break. We still outside. It's still teamwork. Make the dream work. I don't care if you just see her or you just see me. This is Rob KC. Follow us everywhere, okay?
Shout out to Rob KC.
Shout out to Rob KC. All right. I want to thank you for coming to sit with me.
Thanks for having me.
And telling your story, some of your story.
Absolutely.
And promoting this album that y'all need to go listen to, purchase, stream.
Right now, Church for the Trenches. It's 9 of them on there. 9 hard bangers. No cussing, no profanity. I know how that sound, but hey, it's safe hip hop over here. It ain't corny. It ain't weird. It still got that same energy. Go tap in. Rob Ruckus on all platforms. Let me know how you feeling.
For real, y'all. Go do it. I was so excited. I've been listening to it. Y'all know I listen to all type of stuff. I've been listening to it. I was so excited because I'm like, oh my God, my baby daddy's not going to be talking stuff when I pull up listening to this with Carter in the car, because he hates certain music. I had to watch while I listened to with my son because he's real big on that and stuff, poisoning his mind. And having that kind of co-parent makes you think about certain things.
Absolutely.
So I was pretty excited. It really made me think about, oh, me and Carter gonna be telling this and
That's
he
the
gonna
energy.
be so excited.
That's the energy.
So yes, and it is a vibe, and he be saying real shit. He don't have to. I cuss, y'all. So he be saying some real shit on there, and he don't even have to cuss. That's what make it so dope.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Rob.
Like I like it
For sure.
So, all right, you guys, this is Real Ass Women having real ass conversations. We'll see y'all. Oh, wait. I ain't going nowhere. I told him I'm going to make him do the Rocky before
Damn,
we go.
I thought we got out of
We live, baby.
Right.
Before we get off here, I'm making Mr. Rob Ruckus do the Rocky. I'm going to teach him how to do the Rocky, you guys. We're going to do the... I put my little stuff. Oh, God, I look a little fat. It's okay. We're going to do the Rocky. Wait, you got to back up. We can't see. Do the Rocky. Do the Rocky. Do the Rocky. Do the Rocky. Yeah, there we go. I got Rob Ruckus. Oh, see? He's trying to go back in the day, y'all.